Is it just me, or have you ever found yourself watching a television show that isn't necessarily bad, but it isn't particularly great either, yet you keep coming back week after week, not for the plot or the ensemble of characters, but simply because of the chemistry between two love interests? I believe I'm not alone in this. For the past 7 years, I have faithfully followed The Rookie, a television show on ABC, not because of its overall storylines or the central protagonist, but because of Lucy Chen and Tim Bradford. Played brilliantly by Melissa O'Neill and Eric Winter, these two characters carry the show in a way I have rarely seen before, and I truly believe that the series has lasted this long almost entirely because of them. Their chemistry is undeniable, their interactions are magnetic, and their scenes together elevate the show far beyond its weaker storylines. Without Lucy and Tim, millions of viewers, including myself, might have walked away long time ago. The majority of the fan base tunes in to see where these two lovebirds will end up, and that speaks volumes about their impact. Their strength as a couple lies in how they make the audience care about the story being told, even when the story itself is thin, repetitive, or uninspired. There are countless subplots throughout The Rookie that will have bored viewers to death, but because Lucy and Tim were there to carry those moments, audiences kept watching. What makes it even more remarkable is that these two aren't even the official leads of the show. They are supporting characters, yet they are more relatable, funny, charming, and emotionally engaging than the supposed central figure. What's even more shocking is that, according to the writers, Lucy and Tim were never supposed to make it this far. Early drafts of the show considered writing them off altogether. But what Melissa O'Neill and Eric Winter brought to the screen was so impactful, so undeniable, that the writers had no choice but to keep them. And then goodness they did. Their presence became essential to the heartbeat of The Rookie, and without them, the show simply wouldn't feel the same. For those who may not know, The Rookie follows John Nolan, a 45-year-old newly divorced man from Pennsylvania who decides to join the LAPD after preventing a bank robbery in his hometown. The LAPD is one of the only departments in the country that allows a man of Nolan's age to enter the force. Naturally, his colleagues see him as the old guy who doesn't belong, and much of his journey is about proving them wrong, proving that not only is he capable of the job, but he is committed to making a difference. From the very first episode, Nolan is paired with Lucy Chen, a young recruit with her own ambitions and challenges. Early on, it's revealed that Lucy and Nolan are secretly dating, a decision that immediately adds tension, since such relationships are frowned upon within the force. The secrecy doesn't last forever, and eventually their romance ends in heartbreak. But out of that heartbreak comes one of the most compelling character dynamics in the entire series: Lucy's relationship with her new supervisor, Tim Bradford. Tim is a hard-nosed, no-nonsense training officer who initially cannot stand Lucy, and the feeling is mutual. Their early relationship is full of harsh rebukes, strict lessons, and what often feels like outright hostility. But slowly, over the course of the many seasons, that relationship evolves. Lucy learns to respect Tim not only as a mentor but someone who genuinely pushes her to be her best. Meanwhile, Tim begins to see Lucy not only as a burden but as an equal, a colleague who challenges his worldview, makes him laugh, and eventually steals his heart. Their romance develops naturally, progressing from enemies to reluctant allies to close friends and finally sounding much deeper. The brilliance of the relationship lies in its organic development. Nothing feels forced or rushed. By the time Lucy and Tim openly admit their feelings for each other, it feels like the payoff of years of carefully built tension. The relationship is a rare example in television of how romance can be written in a way that not only complements but enhances the larger story. Every obstacle, every challenge, and every breakup and reunion only makes them stronger, and their journey from adversaries to lovers is one of the most rewarding arcs in the entire series. What makes this even more frustrating for fans is that the showrunners seemed to underestimate just how important Lucy and Tim were to the success of The Rookie. They attempted to spin off the series with The Rookie Feds, starring Nelsie Nash, despite fans warning them that The Rookie's magic lies with Tim and Lucy. Unsurprisingly, the spin-off was cancelled after just one season due to poor ratings. Even the most devoted Rookie fans couldn't muster enough interest because without the duo, the story simply lacked heart. This proved once and for all just how essential the two were to the show's DNA. But what makes The Rookie worth watching is not only the romance, While the show is undeniably lifted by Lucy and Tim, it also offers moments of humanity, humor, and raw emotion. It reminds viewers that police officers, often portrayed as untouchable, are still human, prone to mistakes, failures, or personal struggles, but also capable of extraordinary bravery and sacrifice. The series doesn't shy away from showing the dangers of the job, but also gives its characters warmth and relatability. It's worth noting that The Rookie is inspired by the story of William Norcross, a real LAPD officer who joined the force in his 40s. Much of what we see in the show, its realism, its gritty moments, its surprising humor, comes from the actual experiences that Norcross lived through. This grounding in reality gives the series an authenticity that helps balance some of the weaker or more formulaic plotlines. Still, if you ask me what has kept me coming back season after season, the answer is simple. Lucy and Tim. Their characters don't just add the story, they are the story for many fans. They elevate weaker episodes into must-watch television, inject life into slow arcs, and provide the emotional core that keeps people invested. Without them, The Rookie might have been another mid-tier police procedural. With them, it becomes something more. A story about love, growth, resilience, and the way two people can completely transform not only each other, but the very show they exist in.